Hi everyone, welcome to Circle of Besties Tarot. Start it over, honey. Turn me on. Hi everyone, take two. Welcome to Circle of Besties Tarot. We are in the middle of a move, so we are impromptu setting up as you see on camera. But yeah, just be patient with us on any technical difficulties we have. Working to try to give you, good visuals on the cards that are pulled, and hopefully you can hear me well enough. All right. Yep. So I'm seeing the setup online now. So yeah, I'm in the middle of my living room on the floor. I hope everybody's having a good week. It's been a couple weeks since we've been able to connect. As I mentioned, I'm moving, so it's been a bit of a wild ride. I also in between contracts, I was contracting for my day job, so no longer doing that. So focused on the move, waiting for the next big thing to come in. So I think a lot of the questions that we had in past lives were around, when am I going to find a job? So I will join you in that reading, that questioning, the line of questioning. So I'm going to try to keep an eye on the chat. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to join us in the chat. Everybody who's been with us before knows that I'm doing free readings. You can log in the chat, let me know your question and your astrology sign if possible. If you're asking about another person, if you know their birth date, might be helpful to me in knowing both your astrology signs. But yeah, just hop on the chat and let me know your question. Otherwise, I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards as a general read, as a theming for our live tonight. And then as people ask questions, I'll pull a couple cards and try to answer your questions with those cards. But we'll refer back to these initial oracle cards that I'm pulling right now. So, can I have a few cards for the collective? Now, I shuffle until something jumps. I feel like it's more of an authentic energy or message. For those who are new to tarot I see as a conversation between you and your higher self. I work as so third chakra, so communications, the number 37, it could also be 3, 7, 10, you add them up. This is all about, using your voice, letting yourself be authentic, communicating in a way that represents your authentic self. So Archangel Shamuel is so I think of all angels, spirit guides. Can you see the card? Okay. Spirit guides as vibrations or energies, frequencies. So Archangel Shamuel, whenever you are in need of assistance and some courage and need of, you have a moment where you need to maybe do a presentation, or you have to an interview, or you just need to communicate in a way that's thoughtful and compassionate and empathetic, or just gets the message across clearly, this is who you would ask advice from. So you can just say in your mind, Archangel Shamuel, please help me communicate in the best way possible for everyone's highest good, or whatever, however you want to pose it, and you're there. I also work in communication, so that could also be a nod to maybe something, another role in communications coming up. We will see. Okay. And then the first chakra, Archangel Michael. He's probably our most popular angel. Most people do know about Archangel Michael. But this is your root chakra, so you see that it's where the energy is, and also by the color. So it's your security, your feeling grounded, feeling sure about you're comfortable, you're sure, you feel grounded, you feel stable, you feel confident, powerful, unafraid. So whenever you are feeling like you need to feel more secure, or you're praying for just stability and assuredness that everything is good and stable, you ask Archangel Michael to come on in and help you out. So the number 35 is here. It could be 3, it could be 5, it could also be 8. This year is a Life Path 8 number, so always good when the archangels appear in our initial. Just means that we're divinely guided, and that things that are meant for us, if we walk in that attitude of gratitude, like I always say, and invoke the law of abundance. So if there's something that you really want, you act as if you already have it. It's hard to do, but once you master the ability to just sort of like, I think my husband sometimes, he says, oh, you're just delirious, or it's just you're in a magical bubble. Well, guess what? Things manifest, and I always say thank you. Okay, so we also have the door to romance. So I know we've had some viewers report back that that there's new romance in their lives. So I'm looking for, hopefully we'll get some updates today in the chat, or if not in the chat, then you could always hit me up on Instagram, Circle of Besties. Send me a message if you have anything that relates to a live reading that I might have done. If you have any feedback, or something comes true, if you want to further explore, what was pulled in a reading, or we'll work together to get some more answers for you. But I love to hear back from the viewers and see how what's happening in your lives, especially if it's something good like new romance. So number 33, 3 is prevalent in all of our different oracle cards. So I always think of my father-in-law, who is a big NASCAR Dale Sr. fan, so he was number 3. And door to romance, so you'll see the heart with a key. It definitely looks like new love is coming in, or a new relationship. If it doesn't have to, it does say door to romance, but if this were a tarot card, it could be the Suit of Cups, which is emotions. It could also mean a new relationship. Doesn't always have to be romantic. It can be a friendship, or a new, say, a new partnership, a new boss, a new coworker, stuff like that. So, all right. I'm going to check the chat. Hopefully everybody is able to see cards. Yep, we're doing good. All right, so I'm going to pull a couple cards for the collective. I know we had some viewers who this time frame wasn't awesome for them. It was the middle of the night where they were viewing from. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards here for those who are watching later, just for a general message. I know we had some comments saying, just anything that I can pull would be great. Okay, so we have the Queen of Water. So whenever you have a royal, it could be a person that you know within your life. Like I just mentioned, that water, the suit of water, is about emotions, feelings. Could just be like, in general, like if you're moving forward, if you're taking action, it's based, it's emotion based. Emotions always come into the way that you're making the decisions. So a queen would be a leader, someone who's sort of maybe a silent partner, someone who is very intuitive, very compassionate, very empathetic, really can see the people that are around her in her circle. If she is a leader, if this is a work situation, just very aware of the emotional or psychological safety temperature, if that makes sense to some people. On the people that work within her team. I would say that if you have a Queen of Water, so say this is someone in your world, it could just be someone who's very, very in tune with how you're feeling, what you're thinking, cares very much about you, always showing it. Isn't like, is a very strong energy. So let's see what else we have. I'm just going to pull a couple cards and we'll see what the message is. And we can even pull clarifiers with a different deck to pull out a story. So, Eight of Water. So another water suit. So this is again, the Eight of Water is walking away from something that doesn't suit you towards something that does. So you'll see in this image that the person has, they're on shore. They've got their treasure and they're waiting for the boat to pick them up. So I like the imagery here. In the traditional tarot, it's just a person walking away from a number of cups towards that new horizon, towards that new adventure. It's kind of like a lessons learned. Like every situation. So I can attribute this to a contract that I just picked up. It wasn't, in the beginning I really thought it would be perfect for me. It would be a slam dunk, something easy. But in the end, it ended up being that it was not an emotional fit. Like as far as like my skills and the ability to do the job, yeah, it's the people around me are very mechanical, almost robotic, and like zero compassion, zero interest in just interacting as humans. It was so bizarre, and I just didn't fit in. And I really felt uncomfortable. Like I didn't want to be there. It was like the case of the Sunday dread, or Monday dread, I guess. When you're getting ready after the weekend to like go back to work, and you're just everything in your body is like you just want to fake your death or be sick and not do it. So that's this is that moment where it's like, yes, something hard may have surfaced. Like you might have to say, okay, I can't do this. Like I need to go towards something that's a better fit because otherwise I'm going to get physically ill. This is that. So the Queen of Water. So if the Queen of Water is you, it could be that you're very intuitive. You know yourself. You know what feels good, what feels right, what's the right vibe for you to feel. You know where you vibe and where you don't. And then, and so you were in a situation that didn't work, and now you've rectified it. You said, okay, this isn't going to work, so I'm out, and now you're headed towards something better. So let's see what that better thing is. I'm liking this reading if it applies to me. And I like that the angels are watching over us. I think like another thing with the angels that we pulled earlier is that like Samuel and Michael like if you're in a situation where you are not fitting in and you could potentially become physically ill because you're just so unhappy and just so not vibing with your environment, your guardian angels are going to say, okay, if you're not going to say no to this, then we're going to make it happen for you, which is, sometimes, it's definitely a blessing in disguise. So, and then the door to romance could be a new partnership that's incoming. So say this like exit had to happen, this break, and the break in what didn't fit, came in. So when the right thing appeared, you were ready to go. Like if you were still in that environment that didn't work, I mean, you might not be like ready for the thing that just came in. Okay, so Queen of Air. This is this could be so for Suit of Air. It means communications, paperwork. It could be it's communications, it's thought, it's logic, it's paperwork, it's email, it's technology. It's thought. It could be so if a Queen of Air, you could go from a Queen of Water who's like you're leaving a situation. So like in the storyline, as a Queen of Water, you left something because of the way it made you feel. Now you're going into something new with a lot, like those like we said, those lessons learned. Wisdom, the owl represents wisdom, and you're really gonna be cautious and understand what you're getting yourself into before you get into it. More so than a Queen of Water would romanticize something and make it fit, even if she knew that there were red flags. Where a Queen of Air, it's very black and white. There's a checklist. If you know exactly what you're doing as you do it before it even happens. It's kind of like the Queen of project plans and timelines. You're gonna go into it with an absolute master plan, and it's gonna anything that's switched up, it's going to be talked about and decided as a group. It's not going to be just done out of nowhere because of a feeling. It's going to be a decision. And so if anybody's in the corporate world and in project management, it's like you're going to iterate, you're going to make adjustments to the project plan. It's going to be well documented and communicated out. So I think you're going to get the next steps for us is that we're going to be entering something that is exactly what we think it is, and we're going to know ahead of time how it's going to make us feel, and we're mentally prepared for anything that comes our way because we've already premeditated it and strategized how to make it work, whereas before it was like we were just kind of winging it and then lost in the yuck feeling of it. So I'm going to pull up clarifiers with a different deck. Okay. How are we looking at camera? I just want to see. Okay, so we have the Queen of Water, Eight of Water, Queen of Air. So if you look at the way this goes from, so you go from the Queen of Water to the Queen of Air, it's definitely lessons learned. You really are better prepared for this next instance that appears, this next adventure. Okay, so I have the Ten of Swords. So, I mean, this is a pretty grim card, right? But in reverse. So this is the end of something for sure. There's no coming back from this type of an image, am I right? But on the, if you look in the background, there is a new horizon dawning, a new dawn on the horizon. A new, so what's past is past. And in reverse, for me, I would say as a reader, and then especially with this, it could be like you could be getting into something that's like, what you've left behind, but you're going to make sure that it's catered to your skills and to your strengths versus, again, it's like the Queen of Air. You're not going to be winging anything. It's going to be very meditated, premeditated. And then the Moon, again, it's so this could be in support of the Queen of Water. It's like you're no longer going to, you're never going to do that again where you just sort of romanticize something and jump in and expect it to work, especially if you don't know all the details. So that's what those two clarifiers mean. Eight of Water. Let's clarify the Eight of Water. Okay, so I have, this is a stability card. It's the marriage card. It's the new house card. It's the Four of Wands, the soulmates, the 1111 card. So it's the Four of Wands. So wands are, your drive, your ambitions, your motivation, your, like things, your passions, your spirit. Like that. What? Just show me so I can see. Oh, my son's trying to help me keep things on camera. Okay, so, you'll see a lot of yellow, so that's like a lot of like celebration, happiness. Like again, I said, so marriage, like good friends, family, things coming together in the right ways. You got a lot of like abundance. It's again, the celebration of new beginnings. So, bear with us. Is that good? Okay. Okay, we're good. The technical difficulties here. So the Four of Wands, you'll see a lot of yellow. Like I said, abundance. There's a lot of, like fruit and vegetation. Greenery. Happy couple raising some flowers above their head. The 1111 feeling of soulmates or twin flames. So it's like meant to be, heaven sent. Angel led, written in the stars, that sort of energy. So I think this the next adventure is going to be a successful one based on lessons learned and then divine intervention. And then we're going to clarify the Queen of Air. Where are we going next? Oh, I had a car fly out. I love that. Oh, okay, so this means that we will be presented with an offer. It'll be so if you're in discussions now, in regards to a new job, if you have sent out applications, if you are, you've gone through the beginning steps of hiring process, this signifies that you will be presented with an offer. So whether or not you accept the job, this doesn't get that far. So normally with the royals, it's page, the knight, the queen, the king. So the page is, is somebody younger, somebody who has a lot of excitement, maybe doesn't really. Could be like a recruiter or even a coordinator for some more interviews. But the very beginning stages of something that will lead to stability and abundance. So that's a very good sign. And then can I have some more clarification on the Page of Pentacles and the Queen of Air? Okay, the Hermit. So this could be an individual contributor role. The Hermit is generally like, the story of the Hermit is that he's got the star in his lantern here, and he's headed up the mountain on his own to ground himself and be introspective and figure out his life purpose and what truly is meaningful to him. And then he wants to put all of those intentions into the star and then take it out into the world as his mission. So with the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit together with the Queen of Air. So Queen of Air represents lessons learned, wisdoms from past failures and wins. Page of Pentacles, so you have a new beginning incoming, a new offer that will be presented, and then the Hermit, with the knowledge that you have after being introspective and really thinking about, what is a fit for me after going through what is not a fit for you. You have the right combination, the right magic will happen. And let me pull one more card. Okay. Oh, actually, this came out. I love it when this came. So I have 2 cards in the deck that came with this deck. That is just art from the person who did all the art on the tarot cards. So this for me is sort of like, you know, your perfect love, your perfect relationship is incoming. That's what that came out the other day. I was doing readings in person and that came out then too. So I like it when that comes out. That just tells me that we're going to find the perfect fit for us no matter what it is, if it's work, if it's a new relationship, if it's... And this entire reading can also be applied to, okay, new relationships. You thought you romanticized something, it didn't work out. You split ways. Now you know what doesn't work for you. You're no longer gonna be romanticizing. You know, you're not gonna ignore red flags. You're gonna go into, you know, a new commitment with eyes wide open and the wisdom of previous failures and wins. You know, like knowing yourself, knowing your heart, knowing what makes you feel comfortable. The angels have got your back, and then you know, when a door to romance or a new offer, a page of pentacles presents itself, you're ready. You understand yourself. You know what you can handle, what you can't handle, and you're going to be, you know, ready to move forward with success. So the Hanged Man in reverse means it's time to go. So no more waiting around, no more introspection, no more looking at things from different angles, trying to make them work. You know, we are going to be paired up with the right person for us. And like, there's a lid for every pot, right? You know, it doesn't always make sense to other people, but it's going to make sense to you. So, and justice. So meaning like what's fair and what's meant to be, what's karmic, you know, it's going to come into play. Because like, I always say like, you know, like, how come somebody always has somebody making excuses for them? Or like, I call it the a-hole card. I won't swear on YouTube, but it's like, I always say, when do I get my a-hole card? When do I get to just say and do and you know, be a jerk and have everybody make excuses for me and think I'm awesome anyway? It doesn't, like, you know, why do we always have to be the person that sort of like kowtows and supports, you know, the squeaky wheel type people who always seem to like win even if they're jerks? You know, look, I think of this card as like karmic justice. Like, we paid our dues, we've gone through all of it. You know, like we've kissed the frogs, whatever the sayings, you know, we've you know, we've been down the paths that have not been fun, that taught us a lot of lessons, good and bad. You know, it's just and now we're ready for, it's like when the bull gets to go out to pasture, that sort of feeling. So awesome. I think that was a pretty good reading. I'm gonna check the chat. No, nothing. Okay, 7:41. So we've been on for about 30 minutes, give or take. I'll do one more Celtic Cross reading, and then if I don't have anybody join, we're going to sign off for today. I'm going to try to get some recordings up online. Like, I'll keep my setup, and then I'll post astrology readings, hopefully in the next day or two. And that way we can start building up the channel a little bit with by astrology sign. And then if anybody has any questions, they can put their questions on their so, you know, on the reading that aligns with their astrology sign. And then we can, in the lives, you know, we can answer anything. If you're not able to make the live, which is normally Tuesdays, like between 7 and 8 Eastern, US, you know, you can put comments anywhere on my channel, and I'll find them and address them in the lives. Okay, let's see. Woo. All right. I'm just gonna do, like I said, a quick Celtic cross, set us up here. Alright. I feel like we should be upright. Alright. Alright. So we have the Five of Swords. So this is, you know, like competition, battle, bickering. It could be training, but like in a competitive way. So I think it's just the job market, honestly. Like in my mind, it just seems like there's just a lot of like, the job market is crazy. Like if you are able to land a job, it's so competitive. Like I said, like robotic and unfeeling. Like nobody wants to get to know anybody. It's just very, the turnover is high. It just doesn't feel good. You know, there's no like camaraderie. There's a lot of rules, and you know, it's a do as I say, not as I do sort of a feeling. And then you know, like what's our challenge to that type of environment is the fear of being let go, the fear of being fired, the fear of layoffs, the fear of not fitting in, the fear of doing a bad job and being demoted or embarrassed or shamed, or just all the things that come with like you know, imposter syndrome. So you know, what might have, you know, like sort of, this is sort of like, you know, like the underlying energy, the King of Wands. It's like there's like, I would say that, you know, like most people you know, in leadership just have a need to you know, they get hired in because they have big ideas, but then they don't necessarily know how to be the best leaders or communicate well. They know how to be passionate and have a big vision, but they don't necessarily know how to push it forward. And then if, like, say they have teams that are reporting to them and they are not enough, they don't communicate well, it just really like sucks for morale. So 5 of Coins, you know, it could be you know, definitely like a feeling of lack, a feeling of you know, a feeling of being left out in the cold, of just not fitting, again, imposter syndrome, not fitting in. So like the wrong leaders, like mixed with people who are already afraid that their job's in jeopardy, that the jobs that they do get won't fit, that the, you know, that they're not, you know, being communicated with in a way where they can be successful, mixed with this. So, you know, like upcoming energy is King of Cups. So, you know, we are going to be, you know, the way that leadership is going to take a look at how to define success is going to change. It's going to be more, it's going to pivot more towards how people feel. Right now it's just very mechanical and checking boxes, getting things done. Like, you know, how fast can we, you know, like create the widgets and get them to market. But, you know, like if for people to be happy, especially with the return to work after COVID, they have to be a little bit more compassionate and feeling and truly understand, you know, like where, how teams come together, how they fit together now post-COVID. It's a little different than it always had been, you know, where everybody was just in the office and they had offsites and meetings and pizza and ice cream, and then, you know, like that's what equaled success. The way that they define success, like I said before, completely different. So they have to focus more on feelings. And then 3 of Coins is, you know, my card of teamwork. You know, coming together, but doing things in the way, like coming together as a team in a way that actually makes sense emotionally. There's psychological safety in the way that leaders are moving forward and trying to make us, you know, get along in a way. So I see our future card or action is a coin. So we have a new offer being presented, a new relationship, a new way of earning money, a new way of attracting abundance. So that's phenomenal. Hierophant. So I think world's greatest boss. So we have new leaders coming in. That's going to be, this new role is going to be pushed forward by someone that you know, is a leader that is very mindful of the way things don't work and the way they need to work. And then we have a 4 of Cups. So you know, it's just there's no longer an attitude of disassociation, you know, with teams and making things work. And then a 6 of Coins. So, you know, they're going to be very generous in spirit, in the way they lead, in the way they think, and you know, hopefully in the way they pay us. Wouldn't that be great? So okay, well, I think that we'll call it a night. I am gonna do I have my coin, so if you're watching the playback, if you have a yes or no question, I'm gonna flip the coin. So here we go. Have a question in your mind? And the answer is no. So hopefully that is a good no. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you online in the astrology recordings, and then if not, next week, Tarot Tuesday between 7 and 8 Eastern. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.